Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Electric Metropolis video game tour. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, and we are going to be playing Mochi Mochi once more because we're almost there. We are almost there. We're in the stretch of finality, which is to say that we are almost there to getting our last three stages here finished, as you may have seen last time. So yeah, looking forward to that. Made some good progress, and hopefully we get pretty close to finishing this one here. But these are not easy. I will likely, all going well, I will have an amazing run, and I'll be able to finish off these last three in this session. Things not all going well, we'll probably get like one stage, because getting 100% completion of these is tricky. And for me, so we shall see. Let's get our stage rocking. Let's move my keyboard aside because I only need the mouse. I caught my own hair. There we go. All right, and here we go. I slept well, in case you're wondering. I hope you did as well. Good sleep is important. Playing some nice D&D with my friends yesterday, and it went rather well. It was fun. Managed it almost. Oops, I put my mouse on a bad spot. It's a good thing this game doesn't count my deaths. There'd be so many. So many. Or if the achievement was, do 100% completion with like 25 deaths. Or less. Or sorry, not deaths, crashes. Still. Collisions. And as I've heard, as the current recording, MagFest is people are heading off to MagFest, getting to high gear, getting all excited. Look forward. I hope everyone has a good time, enjoys themselves, meets lots of neat people, have some fun. In a perfect world, I would go to a ton of conventions, but one, not just for this show, but also for this show. In that way, the Electric Metropolis has featured a lot of video game composers and chiptune artists, and it's one of those things where it's like, well, it'd be nice to meet some of these people in person. I've already met some. I met one in particular in person. Little commissar himself. But that's the nature of the internet, right? That's the nature of broadcasting for people around the world. For so many to hear, as it were. Also, it seems like a good old fun time. I've seen a lot of videos about MagFest and so on, because keeping up with gaming news, you tend to have to pay attention to most of the big conventions. A little lax in keeping track of them, but musically it's something you have to keep track of for sure. Nah, it's too low. But yeah. Much excitement from all the people I'm following on my Twitter. If you see anyone on my Twitter, at ElectricWetCHSR, and I'm following them, you should be following them too. Anyone I follow is someone I've either played their game and liked it, and thought, like, played it here on stream, is like, yeah, you should totally see them, or they're musicians whose music I played on the show, and I don't play anything on my show that I would enjoy listening to myself. So, if you like what's here, if you like cool music, like cool games, cool people, check it out. Check that out. Some of them have little MagFest tags at the end of their Twitters, so you'll know who's going, who's not, sadly, because not everyone can go. The realities of travel and economics. No. But yeah. Apparently there's going to be a chiptune night with some people who I've had on the show, which that's neat. Quite happy about that. Oh, too soon. Yes. So, what's my plans? My plans are to don't know why I thought that was a good idea, is to, starting this Saturday, I think, I'm going to be working on I'm going to be doing this Saturday, Sunday. No later than Monday. I will be getting into my voice acting practice. Won't affect my streaming, but be another thing I'll be talking about for certain, because it's something I want to get back into practice of, and I kind of gave myself an unofficial vacation, if you will, from getting ready to practice, even though I just had my coaching not that long ago. But I need to get to it, is the thing, right? Oh, too late. So, that'll involve me gathering some scripts and doing some practices, doing some observations, getting feedback from my peers. You know, nothing that would stress me out in any way, shape, or form. So, but I'm telling myself this, and you this, just as a reminder. It's one of those things, like something important like that, you need to really... I'm the kind of person who... I get... What was the analogy I've used before? It's like going into... I don't know if you ever gone swimming. I mean like an indoor pool. Yeah, indoor pool is the best example of this, but you know, ocean, whatever. You go to an indoor pool and you haven't gone in yet. You go to the side of it, and when you touch your toe into it, it's cold. It's usually fairly cold, right? And if I try to ease myself into it, what's happening is it gets unpleasant. And I get convinced more and more that I don't want to go in. And then I talk myself into saying, hey, you know what, I really don't want to go swimming today, even though I went through all the trouble and expense of getting there, getting the clothes I wanted to wear, meeting with my friends there, you know. And then if I keep just touching my toe in, I'll just never go in, because I'll just be perpetually tiny sufferings and the fear of being cold, right? But what I was taught to do long ago was just to step in, just get in waist deep, don't do any swimming, just get acclimated to the water and move around a bit. Eventually you acclimate to the temperature, and now you don't feel so cold anymore. And then you get to swim and see pretty people in swimsuits and get to enjoy yourself. So, until then, the point being is, sorry, I just reminisced all of a sudden. That's me with a lot of anxiety type issues. It's when it comes to something like GAD, or general anxiety disorder, or at least my version of it, however that may, I don't know, I hate to assume that this is my way of suffering as the same as everyone else's, but it's my understanding of it, is the more, the more I hesitate, the worse it gets. And eventually, if you hesitate too long, you just can't go anymore, right? So you have to dive in. So in a way, you have to tell yourself, or I have to tell myself, I should say, you know what? I'm going to the pool today. My friends are going, I want to go. I want to have some fun. And you know what? I'm going to dive in today, you know. Hence, telling myself what I'm going to do. Oop, I got a message. Hi, like pretty people in bathing suits. Hello, Buggy Jim. Hello. Tagline of the Electric Metropolis. To tour here, you have to like pretty people in bathing suits. Or not in bathing suits, as the case may be. I don't know. But yeah, that's me. That's my... God damn it. So I try to make sure I give myself a lot of fair warning. Like, I don't do well with sudden plans. You know, or sudden events. Especially if it's something that I find particularly anxiety-inducing, because then I back off. If someone's trying to push me into the pool, I back off out of instinct because I don't know what's going on. I don't like being surprised like that. But if I know in advance, hey, we're going to the pool, would you like to go? Or hey, you want to learn how to swim? They're open at these times, you know. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I'll plan around that. I'll gear myself up for it. It's a bit of a pain. Like, it doesn't seem like much. Like, once I'm there, it looks like I've never had a problem with it before. It's like, well, what are you worried about? You're fine now? It's like, no, but that happens, like, every time. You know, I'm self-conscious. So same with voiceover, same with even Twitch streaming or the radio. It's one of those things where I plan things way in advance and gear myself up. And don't cry for me, Argentina, but that is the way of it. And that's why, but you know, don't feel bad, because it's one of those things it's a coping thing. So if I start talking about plans in advance like that, that's me trying to make sure I'm gearing myself up. And saying it aloud makes it more real. If it's in my head, it doesn't work as well, for whatever reason. If I just think it, it's not enough. I have to say it aloud, either to myself or someone else. Maybe even like put it in my planner and say, hey, actually, you know what? I should do that. I should totally do that. Next time I crash. Oh, okay. I'll write that down. Practice. VO practice. What's realistic? Sunday? Saturday? Sunday. Every day. If I ever want to get any good at it, I have to practice at it every single day. That's the way of anything, really. If you want to get good at something, you just keep doing it. Most things. Not all things. Some things, there's no amount of doing it every day that changes anything. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. But experience is its own teacher. Although I'm getting coached, so that's what my coach told me to do. And I am the sort of person who is terrible at making sure I do my homework in general. No matter what it is. Oh, every time. You know, one thing I never felt that bad about? Being in my trunks. I used to. You need to practice using, you need to practice using proper technique for a lot of things. Practicing badly is probably worse than not practicing. Yeah, because you can practice into bad habits. That's true. I was told in voice acting, actually, they said that there are certain habits that people develop that's not necessarily maybe bad, but it's not just bad, it can also be unhealthy. Like you can end up doing things that, if you don't know what you're doing, you can actually hurt your throat. Itchy ear. So itchy. Ugh. Yeah, practicing badly in singing or in voice work, you can really do a number to your throat. Practicing badly in driving, you can end up with bad driving habits that do you more harm than good. So yeah, I can see that. If I'm in a less tricky spot. Exactly. Like learning to drive. Learning to drive from someone who has driven for 50 years. You'll not pass your driver's license road test even though you're good at driving. Yeah. Yeah, because, there's certain things that experienced drivers, unless you've been very conscious, well, even then, that's why I'm always a fan of driver training. Driver's ed. For anyone. You know. One, most insurance companies love it when you take driver training, and they usually give you a break. But two, you learn a lot of things about what's good driving, what isn't. At least if it's a good company, because there are bad teachers, to be fair. But someone who's been driving for a while might have bad habits that, like driving using one hand to control the wheel, the steering column. That's not a good thing to do. Two hands on the wheel, as much as possible. I don't say all the time because inevitably you will have to reach for the e-brake or a window control or whatever. Like eventually you're going to take your hand off the wheel, but you should be keeping your hands on the wheel as much as possible. I'm not a driving instructor. Before, I don't want to give a sense. I've been driving trained, and I've been driving for 10 years now. I didn't start driving till my mid-20s. Funny enough. Because I did not like driving. I found it too dangerous, and I had other ways to get where I was going. I was always afraid I'd be too anxious behind the wheel and I wouldn't make a good call. Eventually, my folks were like, "Hey, will you learn to drive? Will you get a driver's license if we pay for driver's ed training?" I was like, "Sure." That was a birthday present they got me once, so I was like, "Okay." I hate driving. Been driving for about 12 years. You know. I like driving at night. With very few people on the road. I had streets basically to myself. I don't have to worry about anyone rushing around, or I don't have to worry about the sun glaring in my face. I can just enjoy the road. Sorry, night city driving, I should say. Night driving on the highway, not as fun. Gets a little boring. Like driving out in a city at night, very peaceful, very relaxing. Oh no, I did it too late. I keep my license up to date and use it if I need to, like driving a U-Haul when moving. Yeah. Oh yeah, because initially when I got my driver's license, it was just out of sheer, just in case I need it. Because I didn't have a car, I used my parents' car. And because I was living with them while I was going to university. And I was like, hey, it's like just in case you need to drive us for anything, or if you want to drive yourself to school or whatever, you can use our car, it's fine. But, I was like, fine, I'll get a driver's license. But since then, I've driven quite a bit. And I've enjoyed it. I almost considered getting getting licensed as a taxi driver, funny enough. Just because I enjoy driving that much, but I don't know. I don't think I enjoy it that much. I've spoken with enough cab drivers to know that it can be great and it can suck pretty bad. So that's most work, I know, but cab driving has its ups and its very, very smelly downs. So. Oh, dang it. But, yeah. But man, though, I've been with people who are not terribly great drivers. I will say that. Holy heck. I'm so glad I had driving training, because some people have really weird habits that just made me all kinds of nervous. But being the one who knew something about driving, I was like, hey, maybe you should do this instead. Or knowing when not to disturb the driver. It's like, this person seems like they're concentrating. Maybe I shouldn't talk to them, because when you talk to the driver, you're distracting them from, driving. And if they're doing something tricky, maybe talking to them won't help them. Or if you're scared, maybe screaming and yelling in their ear doesn't help them either, because now they're not focusing on driving anymore, they're focusing on you. And that can be dangerous as well. Nope. But Anyway. One thing I never really got great at, swimming. I learned to swim minimally in grade school. There was and then I learned a bit more in high school. But generally, I'm the guy who sits by a... I'm the guy who sits by, just kind of sits around in the shallow end and enjoys the feel of the water, or, you know, do little laps, just enjoy myself. But never got super into... I know enough to keep myself from drowning, is how I like to say it. I know enough that if I fell out of a boat, I'd be able to get myself above, my head above water, and to the boat, back to the boat. And that's it. So nothing fancy. I wouldn't be able to save anybody else. I'd be lucky to get myself back to shore. Back to, something to catch on to. But I enjoy swimming pools. I like the ocean. I'm the guy at an ocean that would sit by the ocean side and enjoy the breeze. And the sun. More the breeze than the sun, honestly. And the view. But I find ocean very calming. Tree canopies I find calming too, to be fair. But that's maritimer, right? I live, living in an area where there's lots of trees and you're very close to the ocean. It feels weird not to be near the ocean to me. Like, it feels very odd not to be that close to the water, to salt water. It's like, what do you mean I can't just pop on over and get to an ocean if I really wanted to? Wow, I swung right into that. Hey, can this game be about capturing all the peppermint, too? How's that for an idea? And I have to... Yeah. Peppermint catching, I can do that. Check message, I shot one. No. No. Aw, dang it. Wow, I'm missing the easy jumps. Come on. We can do this. I do super well the first time through, and then I start goofing a lot. My hand's not as fresh. I'm getting there. We finished this level before, we just didn't get all the rice balls, so... This is not impossible, just difficult. He said, reminding himself. You know, one movie or one book I wish was put to film. Friggin' what was it? Tales of 1001 Nights? No, that's not how it goes. Arabian Tales of 1001 Nights. Yeah. Tale of Scheherazade. Basically, those who don't know, it's a story where like this lady named Scheherazade was being married off to a sultan, and she really doesn't want to. She's a fairly well-read lady, young woman, and she doesn't want to marry this guy just because. The problem is that the Sultan is the kind of guy who he marries a woman, and then when he gets sick of them, he just has them killed. So she's like, well, I know what's gonna happen. I mean, yeah, the prestige of being married to the Sultan's all great and all, king equivalent. But it's like, well, I don't want that to happen to me. So she devises a plan. her plan, this doesn't spoil anything, this is like the first chapter at most. Her plan is to tell him stories. So she begins telling him a story, and then she goes for a while, and think of it like a Arabian folk tale of sort. She tells him this tale, but then it leads into another tale. But by the time she gets to the end, and she basically ends on a cliffhanger, it's nighttime, and the Sultan's like, well, like he's gonna have her killed the next day. I think it's like every morning he marries a woman and then has her killed the next day, executed. Forget entirely why, but anyway, point is she's delaying her own execution, and because she ended on a cliffhanger, the Sultan's like, wait, hold on, what happens to the guy? She's like, I'm sorry, Sultan, I can't continue telling the story. It's nighttime, and I might die tomorrow. He's like, well, can't you finish over the night? It's like, well, no. You have many duties and so on, so, I can't. How selfish of me to just keep telling you this story. And then he says, well, fine, I'll delay it. I'll delay the execution for one more day so you can finish your story. And then the second story leads to a third, a fourth, and so on. So, by that, you can have like a movie series of various Arabian tales. And they're, not particularly... They're fun little tales. They're like children's tales or folk tales, And there's not a lot of it. Like, it's one of those things that it's surprising to me that there isn't a lot of film of it. There's books, there's been translations of it, of the original text. But I like them. I think it'd be interesting to see some. Now, some of them you've probably seen on screen before, like Aladdin and the Cave of Wonders, or Sinbad and his voyages across the sea. Like that's where that comes from. It's from those tales. And that'd be the issue. I think that's why. It's because there are a lot of stories. But heck, if you want a movie series that has like a lot of running room for a franchise, there you go. You just keep telling the stories. But there are some YouTube channels that have tried it with some animations, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of classic written works being put to film in a good way. By that I mean not too much abridged. I mean, you have to abridge to some degree because film. Maybe a TV series. Oh, a Netflix series. I mean, like a streaming service. Not necessarily just Netflix, but that's the first one I thought of. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Pardon me. I don't know. Even the Grimm fairy tales, things like that, like anthologies like that. Because the thing is, a lot of those fairy tales or folk tales, they tell you a lot about a culture. You want to learn a lot about the history of any culture, look to their old folk tales and the children's fables, and you see the basic codes and mores of a civilization, of a culture, I should say. That, like, what do they consider a good act or an evil act? What do they consider a fair deal or an unfair deal? Now, some of it has the trappings of its times. We don't have as much slavery as we used to. We don't have any monarchs as we used to. Being secular isn't necessarily... A secular government isn't necessarily an evil government, so on and so on. So we have a lot of things that we consider... But there's certain things that, even across time, There's certain things we're not okay with, like murdering somebody or thievery, but we are okay with thievery, but in what context? When is it okay to steal from somebody? Now you can get into a philosophical debate with somebody about whether our culture is this or that, but when you look into their folktales, you have an idea of what people were trying to. You get very easily understood explanations, because the idea of these folktales is to explain them to either rather uneducated folk themselves, or to children who are also uneducated by virtue of being, 5. It's hard to hold too much against a kid when they can't understand. But when you're not from that culture, you can look into the great works of that culture, the magnum opuses, the great classics of the era. But sometimes just hearing a folktale or two is enough to learn more about them. Whether or not you agree with those things is another thing, but you can learn about a culture that way and get context as to why this is a good thing or that's a bad thing. And now that's not the be-all end-all, but I found it very illuminating, whether it's from European cultures or First Nation cultures or Japanese or Chinese or whatever, I got more specific further out I went, because it's I'm very well, even then I'm no great scholar. I don't want to pretend that, but that's my feel on it. That's how I've learned about stuff. That said, you don't necessarily have to go with pure folktales. You can go look at the speculative stuff as well, the popular. I'm not so sure about popular movies, how much that tells you about a culture, other than what is expected to be popular, what should be popular, or what they want you to be popular. In the sense that there are certain things that, say, Hollywood here in North America, you have a lot of tropes that have stood the test of time only because the industry keeps pushing it. And it takes a lot of counter momentum to fight that tendency. I mean, how long was it before we had female leads that weren't the pretty face to the male lead, What's her role? She's the redhead, so if she's a redhead, she's hot and fiery. If she's a brunette, she's caring and trustworthy, probably smart. If she's blonde, she's pretty or vain. It's like, or they could be a person who happens to have that color of hair. I don't know why this is being, but yeah. That said, I mean, there's certain, it's hard, I understand to a certain degree, because there are certain times when I've written things, and you have to fight the tropes you're used to, quite hard. You're used to a character, certain archetypes being a thing, and you're like, wait a minute, is that an archetype I want? Is that saying what I mean it to mean? Anyway. Come on. Yeah. You see why I need games like this every once in a while to kind of not to babble on like that, but to sometimes there's no grand analysis to have. You just have to enjoy yourself, relax, chill out, and remind yourself that not everything needs to be hyper-examined or analyzed, and you just relax. Because the thing is, you can mentally exhaust yourself as much as you can physically exhaust yourself. It doesn't take much in that regard. You can think yourself into a corner. It can even be thinking about something you enjoy, but if you overthink something, you just never just let your brain relax, and then it always is kind of... Not to say you shouldn't do that, as much as you exercise your body, you exercise your brain. So every so often you do have to push yourself. But you have to remember not to push yourself every so often as well. God damn it. Yeah. Hop. Alright, let's do this. Ah, shoot. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Ow, my nose. Ah, itch. There we go. Oh, shh. Oh. No. Only downside of earbuds, keep falling out every so often. There we go. Overthinking it. Just go with it. You want to get from there to there. Stop overthinking it. Nope. Oh, too late. I have a habit of staring at the cat herself rather than where I'm going, and that's bad because then you start getting a little tunnel vision and you don't think about your next. You don't want to be thinking about you want to be thinking about your next move, and it's easier to do that when you're looking where you're going. I know it's an odd thing to say, but I sometimes I'll like stare at her paw that sticks to the ceiling, and I'll be thinking, hey, when should I let go? You know. Or I'll look at her face and go, is she swinging at a good angle? But not my best necessarily, but sometimes I need to focus on the empty space ahead of her. I think more about the idea of, I want to get there. Now for tricky bits like this, I kind of have to stare at her a little more because I know she has to slow down. Whoops. Because when I start looking, it's a trick from driving. It's a thing I was taught in driving at driver's ed, where you don't necessarily look You don't look at the hood of your car. You don't look at the wheel in front of you. You don't think about, I need to do this or that. You look where you want to go, and then you tell your body, that's where I want to go. And then you use the car as a tool to do that. And it becomes a lot more natural feeling than as if you were trying to go, I need to turn the wheel 30 degrees to the left or 40 degrees to the right to get where I'm going. Like, no, just go. You know, as long as your hand's in the right place and you keep them consistent, you should be able to get the car to go where and the car's in good repair. You should be able to get it to go where you need it to go. Likewise with driving video games or puzzle games like this, where you have to think about, you really need to think about where you're going. Now, sometimes you do need to plan for tricky stuff, and you need to slow down. So, if you're going, like, say, highway speed, you're staring off into the horizon mainly. Because you're thinking about, because the reason you're looking so far ahead is you're looking for obstacles. And you're thinking about, how do I avoid that obstacle? That way, by the time you react, you've had plenty of time to think about it. Rather than, what's that on the horizon, glances up, oh, oops, I need to look up and analyze this problem. And so you've lost a lot of reaction time just identifying the fact that something is even there. Whereas if you're just literally staring at the problem spot, you're like, oh, there's the thing. I need to avoid the thing. Oof. Not to say you're zoning out, you are concentrating, but it's a matter of where you're concentrating. And consciously thinking about it. I know it's an odd thing to point out, but you know. If you've ever seen someone play something like Grand Theft Auto or a racing game or a driving game in general, and they're not used to playing them much, and you watch them when they play, they'll the car will do this warbling thing, it'll warble across the screen. Or they'll ram into stuff, or they'll jump at stuff they really don't need to jump at. It's like, no, just a lot easier when you're not thinking, assuming the game controls are, assuming the controls are consistent. A really bad driving game, doesn't matter who's playing, it's going to be inconsistent anyway. And that is why controls in video gaming are so important. So important. Because bad controls mean that it's hard for you to do that, to look ahead, because you can't trust in your instruments. You can't trust in the controls you have to do what you want. So it's a lot harder to get into that nice zone groove that people get. Hell, eventually some people get even further than that. They start tuning their instrument, as it were. The tools of their control. So you'll have someone with special mice or special settings in their shooting games for so many dots per DPI, I think it is. Is that DPI? Yeah. So you fine-tune your control. It's all easier to do that when you're not overthinking each individual movement. You're feeling what's a good flow, what feels right. Because you can tell, for example, if your legs are acting weird, right? If you've hurt your leg or sprained your ankle or anything, there's a pain sensation. You're not walking as steadily as you would like. You know something's wrong. Or if you buy shoes, certain shoes feel more comfortable than others, and you know that just because you've walked so much and you don't think about it too much. So you know when something's off or if something's been improved. Likewise, you find a groove in a lot of things you control, whether it's video games or cars or whatever. You find control through repetition. But that means you need to understand what controls do you have access to, what is good repair. With your body, it's easy. You kind of have a pretty, you live in your body. You walk from one end of the room to the other enough. Around age 2, you figured out the whole locomotion thing of humanity. So you gotten past that. And now it's a matter of getting there quicker or more efficiently. I got a lot deeper than I meant it to. Just thinking about it. For all that talk, I'm not getting very far. But anyway. Ah. That's why when you see some speedrunners, if they're actually going for a world record attempt and they're not talking too much about it, like, it's an odd mix. When it comes to the driving analogy is easiest for me, but like, one of the things to get best driving results, as the driver, you don't want to talk too much. Because again, like I said, the more you're talking and thinking about what you're going to say, the less you're concentrating on what you're doing. And the more likely you're going to miss something. Or, like your brain can only concentrate so much at a time. So you tend to, your attention wavers. Whether it's on your conversation, you start flubbing your words, or you start flubbing your actions. Likewise with gaming, that requires concentration. The more concentration you have, the harder it is to talk. That said though, before we get too far into that, understand this. If whether it's me or anyone else who's putting themselves on a camera with their mic on, generally speaking, if a person wanted to not be disturbed while they're doing a thing or challenge, they would shut off their mic. Or they would tell people there's no comments, whatever, right? Like you would just see me doing a screen and me intensely concentrating or whatever, yeah. And that's fine. Like if that's what you're doing, then it's a showcase of that. But the reason that at least I'm doing it, it's like, one, I am challenging myself, like I very rarely do. But I also want to meet people, talk to people, talk with you grand folk, enjoy your company. If I didn't want to do that, I would just be playing by myself. I don't want to do that. I mean, I do sometimes, but not now. I enjoy this. I enjoy streaming. I enjoy chatting with Buggy Jim or any other nice person who comes in here and has a nice little chat or just asks questions, whatever. And as I've said before, one of the things I end up doing anyway, if I'm not talking to somebody, is I'll start doing stuff like, well, in driving I do this a lot more, but in general I have a running commentary anyway. Whether it's my thoughts or if I'm doing something particularly difficult, I might call out what I'm doing. So looking ahead, ceiling, rice ball, whoops. First star, ceiling, looking for the corners, missed, going again, you know. I won't say that, but I'll be talking to myself anyway because it breaks up, it keeps me from, I don't know why, it's just a habit I picked up. So it's funny to me when I saw like, oh, Twitch is a thing where people watch you do that. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, you know, people don't mind me chattering away as I'm going along. And great. That's something I can do. Occasionally people cheer me on, especially when I'm doing terrible at something. Or if I'm doing really well at something. Or some people... Yes! Yes! One down, 2 to go. Now to learn a whole new level. Well, we didn't learn it 100% because we have to get used to the other place anyway. We're also sharing the triumphs. That's the other part of it. That's not gonna work. Whew. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm kind of riding the high there of completing that. Yay! Get out of there! Oh, poor head. No. I guess that's why I wonder. Talking is a good way to avoid tunnel vision. Yes. That. Yes. That's actually why. That's what it was. Yes, you reminded me, Bucket Jim. That's why they used to teach me in driver's ed about narrate if you're in a bind while you're driving, or you're trying to indicate to passengers in your car that you're concentrating, you just start narrating what you're doing. If nothing else, to let them know why you seem to be concentrating so hard. Not every single little move, like checking left, checking right, good, checking left, and go. Watching. It's sort of a, one, it's for the benefit of the passenger, but it's also for you. To let you know, to keep you from being overly... Because there's such thing as too much tunnel vision. You just focus too much and you end up not doing the things you need to do. Or dwelling on when you screw up or on a danger. Like, no, just go. Sometimes you just need to go. Oh, I thought I had that. I don't think I've completed this stage. I haven't got my kisses here. So I don't think I know the entire layout here yet. So let's focus on getting through this. If we can get rice balls, that's great, but let's get through it first. Whoops. That way we can get into a groove of what completing this place feels like. If we get it all, that's great. I've had luck at some of the... Whoops. At night, when driving, you can get hypnotized basically by the lights and shiny things. It's true. Very true. One of the things I was taught to do was keep my eyes moving. Instead of staring like straight on at a point, you kind of look around what you're looking at the whole time. So you don't get that. You keep yourself from... One, you're checking various areas, but not like so wide that I'm looking like way off this way, way off that way, all the way up there, all the way down there. I'm trying to keep a focus in the direction of travel. So that's another thing. That's how you avoid highway hypnosis. Because highway hypnosis, staring where you want to go doesn't help as much because there's only really one direction, straight ahead. Maybe slightly to the left, slightly to the right. But mainly you're staring straight on. So you have to find way. You have to move your eyes around, chat, listen to music if you have to. Just don't get hypnotized, because then you can zone out and not be thinking about what you're doing for a different reason. Likewise, narrating what you're doing or talking can fight that. Because then you're actively engaging your brain into focusing on what you're doing because you're talking about it. You're making more parts of your brain conscious of what you're up to. Oh, too soon. It'll make you react slowly to something jumping out. Yeah, agreed. Because you're zoned out, you're like, huh? Oh wait, I'm in trouble. It's like, well, yeah, you were in trouble a while ago, you just didn't know it. Like deer. Cool. Driving around in the Maritimes, in rural Maritimes. Yeah. Deer jumping out in the road. Gee, that's my number one fear, driving at dusk or dawn. When the deer like to move around a lot. I mean, they run around at night too, but those are the worst times for me to drive, just because I know the deer move around a bit. And they don't care as much about the road as you would like them to. Luckily for me, I've only had one deer strike. I managed to minimize the damage, but it was a near thing. Poor thing got clobbered in the head. I think I got away and I was okay, but I felt bad because it's afraid. I mean, I say that, and then other people keep reminding me, "Oh yeah, you could have died, by the way, or you could have crashed." It's like, oh yeah, but you know, the deer. I want to make sure it's okay. I didn't want to accidentally kill the poor thing. I wasn't trying to hunt it or eat it, so I don't want it hurt. Still scary though. Moose scares me more than deer, but don't get me wrong. I've seen deer on the side of a road and slowed down for them, but I've only had to avoid one deer actually jumping out in front of me, and even then I still struck it with my car. Wow, zoned out on that memory. My bad. Right into the wall. Oh no! I gotta remember I can go down. I don't have to go up with the peppermint. Oh, I thought I had that. I was not expecting peppermint. We need those bridges with grass on them over the highways so animals can go that way when they need to cross. I heard there's some in Ontario. I was imagining the wrong thing. I was imagining, like, a road, right? And then, like, not a bridge, right, to go over it, but, like, a grass pathway that cut across the highway, like, literally on the highway itself. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, a bridge over the highway with grass. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool idea. Yeah, it gives that way there's Animal Crossing, and they don't have to worry about being hit by cars, and we don't have to worry about being hit by them, for that matter. That's a thing we should have. Yeah, they make driving so much safer. There's a bit here in New Brunswick, a bit of the province along one of the along the Trans-Canada Highway. If I remember right, it's where the military base is. Basically, the highway cuts right through the training area they have. It's all fenced off. Like, miles and miles and miles of highway just fenced off. To keep drivers from wandering off onto the training ground. Since it's federally owned land, it's like, well, I mean, if we're gonna build a road, we might as well build it some place that the federal government the Crown owns, so. But that's not really, we don't want to be building fence line across the entirety of highways, but having little bridges, like grass bridges, would be neat. I think. Because eventually, you don't even need a ton. You just need one or two. That way, because the animals will figure out where the safe place is. Animals are a lot smarter than people give them credit for. It's like, oh no, you don't have to. You just have to give them a place to cross, and they'll learn that that's the good place to cross. You space them close enough that there's always one near enough they'll see it. Would need to clear some area around the highway, true. But if moose and deer start avoiding the road and take the path, then you could save lives. Agreed. 100% agree. Yeah, clear a bit of highway on the other side. Like, we kind of have to clear a bit anyway on highways. Oh. Holy fudging muffins! No! I didn't think I was gonna make the peppermint jump, so I tensed up, and I was like, no, don't tense! There's more level to go! Damn it! Oh, I was in a good groove, I know I was. It might also be an idea to plant some trees on the bridges too. Gives the little critters a bit of protection. I don't know if I'd like the idea of a bridge over a highway though, because if the tree fell off the bridge and onto the roadway. Or if the roots cracked the bridge's surface. Maybe on like the ends of the bridges, like at the beginning and end of it, but not on it. I don't know. Depends on how sturdy the bridge is. Actually, there are like arboretum type bridges where it's perfectly fine to put a tree up there, like put enough soil and stuff. Wow, I don't know what that plan was. That was not a smart plan. Why did I do that? No, please. Thank you. No. That could have gone worse. And that's two more. That's another one. One more. Sorry, I'm super excited. Holy crap, I've made so much progress. We're one more away. One more stage away. We got this. 100%. Sorry. Yes, I take games seriously. What about it? True enough. I really like the idea. I get that it would cost a lot of money to do, but it would create a lot of work that needs to be done. Agreed. Nice, good job. Thank you very much. Last one. Oh! There we go. I pulled on my cord. I gotta stop that. Bad habit. Bad habit. Bad habit is bad. Let's go. Oh, I thought I made it. What was that plan anyway? Come on, we can do this. That's easy. This is easy. This is the easy part. This is the easy part. The easy way. That's some good hurt. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm okay. I'm almost there. I just have to get past that. If I can get past that reliably, I'm good. There's only one more after that. Did too fast. My bad. That's the washing machine behind me I just heard. I think. I hope. It's something else. I'm being attacked by Daleks. Help me. Well, I mean, that was a plan. I don't know why. Come on, we can do this, kitty. Come on, kitty. Work with me here. Come on, kitty tan. Kitty tan? She's not a computer. Well, I mean, she is an artificial construction of artistic shapes and colors that form the form of a cat, but is not in fact a cat, but is in fact a collection of pixels on the screen. Well, not so much pixels, but like little bits of light that coalesce into the form of a cat to give me the idea of a cat, so I have the feeling of a cat and controlling one through a sea of stars, dodging peppermints, and climbing over blocks. Easy part, easy part, easy part. Easy bake oven. Easy street. Those blocks! No, don't have it. I have to stay a lot closer to the top. I have this tendency to swing low when I get the chance, but that's actually a trap. Stay high, stay high, stay high, stay high, stay high. Not that high. I was like, I gotta stay high. There's a wall there. Oh, peppermint. Oh, go to hell. No. Yes. Stay high, stay high. I was hoping to avoid that, darn. Itchiest ear in the world. I'll scratch you when I'm done this level and I complete it with all 300 Gary Bells. How's that sound, buddy? Huh? I'm gonna blackmail you. You're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Cause... Fine. Ah! Pulled him out here. There we go. What? Oh. Thought I cleared it. Whoops, let go too soon. Working out my jitters. Getting too focused on the screw-ups, and it's like, nope. They're not screw-ups, they're learning about the level. Ah, oh, dang it. Why did I attach to the ceiling? That was bad. Yeah, the reason I'm rubbing my hands as well is that one of the things that happens to me, I don't know if it happens to other people, but my hands, when I'm playing a game like this, they get cold. Not sure why. You'd think after so much activity, they'd warm up. But that's not what happens. They chill. When they chill, I start losing, they don't react as quickly. So I kind of rub them vigorously like that every so often, kind of keep them warmed up. Apparently that's a thing in, I saw someone else worry about that in, what was it? They were doing a speed run a couple years ago. I think it was Try Hard. That was his name. That's his name, by the way. He was doing something and there was a glitch in one of the controllers. And he needed to switch out the controllers, and I did it! Oh my goodness! Holy hell! That is 100% all 60 onigiri balls. 100% playthrough. Thank you. Whoop. Thank you for playing. Holy hell. Holy heck. Woo, thank you, Bucket Jim. I'm just gonna fall asleep here now. Oh my goodness. I did it! Yay! 100% completion. One more time. And we'll do the very first level one last time. Nope, we're doing 100%. No, I missed. How? Oh, well, you get kisses. It's fine. But yeah, that's it. That's all for that. So, gosh darn, I didn't know I was going to complete it today. I mean, that was the goal, obviously. But yeah. Well, shoot. Well, that's it for today. No. We will play something else. I'll have that in the background for now. Oh no, stay in the background. Your music's awesome. So yeah, if you want to play this game out for yourself, check it out. Mochi Mochi on Steam, super cheap, fun game. He says after beating it. Of course it's fun, you beat it. I just got a lot of games just the other day. What do I want to play instead? Thing is, I haven't tested any of them, so that's the other part of it. Alright, enough of that. Sorry, just grooving to the music now. I think, for now, let's go with something we know works. We'll go with Mini Metro. We'll go with Mini Metro because we know it works. We know it's stable. And we know I have fun with it. So, man, yeah. That's going to be awesome. Being able to, Ooh-wee, I did not know. I thought I'd be spending 3 episodes trying to get through that. I genuinely thought that was the next while. Just because I struggled so long on that third to last stage. Oops. I'm in the wrong thing entirely. There we go. Saw a message, I got distracted. There we go. Chat again. Now to get to my normal setup. Oh. You also get the soundtrack of that game. I think it's Page You Want as well. Whoops. Sorry, that was me opening my Twitch chat on my browser. And I forgot to mute myself. Whoops. Actually, you might not have heard that. So I might have just pointed out something you couldn't hear right now. Because I might have, yeah, I actually muted it out. I'm a smart person. I know what I'm doing. I've streamed before. I swear. There we go. Adjust the screen a bit. Oh. So many things to adjust. Well, that felt awesome. Oof. Now to just chill out. Not 100%. We're doing casual now. There we go. Okay. So now I'm in my regular chat window. I have a normal setup. There we go. And then we're going to announce on Twitter and on the... We're going to announce on Twitter our success and also the... Oops. On the Discord so people know what's going on. So when people aren't surprised, that's what I'm supposed to do. I know. Super exciting content. Huh. You see that? You can. Yeah, it's interesting. When I have it in the lower screen there, you can only see the, like, out to here. Out to the edges of that gray box. But when I expand the screen, you can see further out. I like that. I like that. Okay, so I announced it on Twitter. Now to announce it on Discord. Oop. Wait, I can do it this way. What am I doing? I'm doing this the hard way. That's all I wanted. Let's do this. I'm good at computers, I swear. Oops. All right. Streaming, mini. All right. Alrighty then. Let's do the daily. Whoops. Everything fine? Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Let's do the daily challenge. Today is New York City. Normal. Right. So we're gonna see what we can do in this daily challenge. See which one this wants to go to. Square? Circle gets the square. References. Turn that up, maybe. Should I turn that up? Let's turn that up a bit. There. Whew. Actually, you know what? No, let's not do that. Let's do it this way instead. How many bridges do I have? One more and one more line. There. Oh, it's pretty relaxing in comparison. Connect. New locomotive. New bridges or new bridges? Bridges are going to become more of an issue. Sorry, you should be going the other way. My bad. Whew. Thing about daily challenges is that you only get one shot at it, right? So, trying to do my best. Although this one's pretty tame. I mean, it's New York. New York's not the easiest map in the world, but literally and figuratively. But it isn't like survival mode or whatever. But that also means that because it's that easy, everyone who plays Mini Metro will have a pretty good handle on the map. And some people can do some really crazy stuff, I imagine. Like any game, right? That's been out for a while. Mini Metro also has a soundtrack you can get if you enjoy it. It's the loops in the game. I think they have... There's a freebie one which has all the loops, but I think there's another one where it has... Yeah, you can get the... If you want to get some of this music, or you want to play around with the mixing some of the sounds yourself, you can. That's on Bandcamp. Check that out as well. I know. Promoting music all the time. It's almost like it's my thing. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be playing now that I beat Mochi Mochi. Another locomotive. A carriage. We haven't used the bridges we already have. Whoops. There we go. That's fine. That's a good spot for that to pop in. Carriaging this one because it has such a long way to go. I'd rather when it had people, it had as a lot of people. Could have this cross over to this one. Just so there's another square on the line. Just to lighten the load a little off the red line. Fun fact. Actually, it's not have you begin and have you begin and terminate on a square. Yeah, that's fine. So that way the red line is very quickly disseminating people between the green and purple lines. I like how that might turn out. Do I have an extra train? I think I just have more bridges. I have no bridges. If I need to go to... If I need to go to like an island here or an island there, I'll pull back either the green or purple line on the south end. Another train. We'll have an interchange right about there. There we go. Grab a lot of people. Just because the green line's it looks pretty busy. Well, sorry, it's not busy. It's there's a lot of distance that's being covered. I almost want to pull the red line down to here, but I don't want you don't want lines traveling alongside each other for too long because that creates problems. It slows down the trains, right? So. Ooh, actually, that's a bad idea. The reason I don't want to do that. There. Because I want that to be the interchange point between the red and purple and green lines. That's why I have that as a hub. I kind of want another train for purple. There dead train, there is. Hey. You. A carriage. There we go. That's exactly what I needed. Problem is, it's all circles over here, so that's kind of complicating life. I don't know if a new line would be any good to me. I know the interchange would be great right up there. Oof. So glad so many trains passed through there. Less stuff on the purple line would be great. I love that it's a good sign that it gets really big, that it gets super filled and then gets emptied almost immediately by like several different train routes. That's bad. That needs to be fixed. Somebody get to that, please. There you go. There we go. I almost want to put another one on the red line, but yeah, I should. Oops, did I not place it? That seems fine, never mind. He goes worrying about nothing. Pull over. There we go. $665 people so far. Yeah, if we have a dead turn, no, they got it. I keep thinking red gets overloaded, but because there's two trains and it's a very short route, they cover a lot of ground quickly. Cover a lot of stations very quickly, and they keep offloading them at the interchanges. I kind of want a new route that goes tick, 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 tick. Or even like tick, 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 or something like that. Something to cover this little gap between these four, this area here. Now the train. I don't want to be caught without bridges, so... Green light just gets so busy so quickly. Again, I don't want to create another intersection point. If there's something that's near to the red line than to another line, I'll do that. But I'd rather... If the purple line's already along the way, again, I want them... Especially with a square like that, I want them to kind of keep sticking to these as their square changes. Not their terminals. I don't want red to get into the habit of dropping stuff off there. That one. Ooh, nope. Oh. There, like that. Because again, we don't want trains running alongside each other as much as possible. Gonna hurt the green line a bit, but the red line was starting to get overwhelmed. There we go. Now the red line finally has a carriage of its own. Over 1,000 people so far. What? Why'd you bypass it? Dang it. This way. There. I'd so tempted to pull the purple line over, but I don't know if that would help in this case. I don't know. Green might have it on the way back with its carriage. No, I didn't want that. No, that's gonna overflow. Oh! Yeah, darn. 1,420 passengers over 59 days. How did we do? Top 10%. Number 49 in ranking. Some people got almost 4,000. Oh well, that wasn't bad. Let us play a new map. Let's play. Is there anywhere where we haven't got all the achievements for? All the challenges. Paris, have we done Paris? We've done London. New York. Deliver 1,600 passengers in New York City with square stations on no more than 2 lines. Back to New York. Feel good about that. Where do you want to go? Billy, tell me where you want to go. I'm not giving you a line. Circle? Circle it is. And we'll actually have you... Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Well, that being the interchange right there. have the most stations, so you get the carriage. Give you another locomotive. Add bridges. I have one bridge. I like this little bisection of the red line because it gives a quick hop and skip across. So if someone's on the red line, they can go, or if they're on the green line, they go, I want to go square. We go here, wait for the purple line to come by, and you jump over. $1,600. I can do 1,600, yeah. Almost got the 1,300 last time, so. I think what I should have done on the last map was used more lines. I was too dependent. I was making existing lines super long. I needed to have ones that interrupted the flow a bit. Well, that's a bad idea. Try that again, Aaron. There we go. There. A lot cleaner. Do I have an extra train? I was kind of really focused. Square is becoming a bit of an issue as a train station. Shocking no one. Oh, you're annoying. Way out there. Actually, I can't just lock that in place like that. I would have to keep clicking it open. Let's go with another line. having a lot more splices this time around. Oh, what I wanted the train track. There we go. So, where are the problem spots? That circle's becoming one. That plus just became one. Thanks for that. Yep. Train? There we go. Let's load the red line further. Or someone had trouble, but oh, there it is. Green line's having an issue. There we go. Oh, I did nothing. What's happening by there for the blue line's pointless because it doesn't do anything. That's not what I wanted. Come back. Yeah, it's gonna overfill. Yep. Dang. Yeah. Try that again. Fudge muffins. It's bad luck happened there. That's a bad idea. There we go. There, got an interchange set up. Try to spread out the load a little. Probably gonna need a blue line going out to the west side. Can always change that for now, but this way we get a bit of a bleed off on the ends. I wonder if you can see my mouse. I just realized. Yeah, you can. Wasn't sure. Aha. Itchiest ear on the planet. There we go. Lead off a lot of traffic. There we go. Everyone calms down. There. Love to have an interchange right there. So many areas cross there, but that's okay. There we go. There. Yeah. We'll connect you to the blue line there. There we go. Red's already handling a lot of squares, so let's just keep it up. Not sure how efficient circular lines are, now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, I don't know, I just have this natural inclination that it's a line that circles around on itself, that it's constantly... It's never spending time stopping, turning around, and coming back. It's always in motion. 400 or so. That was a good triangle. That really helped me out. Massively helped me out. Another carriage. I can't think of where I put a line. There we go. Whoa, no, that's not what I wanted at all. Oh, come on, stop that. There we go. There. Oddly enough, that blue line's a lot more essential than I thought it was going to be. Go figure. Oh crap! I didn't see that green one at the bottom. Oh, I didn't get there in time. Funny, we didn't get any interchanges last playthrough. I don't know if we're going to get any. We've been getting carriages and lines. For whatever reason. Could use another bridge. Connect the green to circle up the green line. I mean, it's already connected to a square line anyway, so that's fine. Connect. Actually, if we're going to connect up to a square anyway... That way we have an alternate. We alternate a bit more. No purple line. No more, no mas. No, that's not what I wanted you to do. There you go. There you go. No, I already have multiple lines. Whoops, I thought I had an extra line. My bad. If we can get a bridge and loop around the purple line, that'd be great. That's not what I wanted you to do. You suck. Cancel out this whole line. Buy an extra train. What the hell? Yeah, it's gonna run over. Gonna run over. Yep. Fudge muffins. Yeah, the problem with having too many lines like that, it becomes a jumbled mess and it's hard to keep track of what's where. That's my own fault. I kicked myself in the shins on that one. Immediately he needs a triangle again. Darn circle. One assumes, but... Oh, okay. I'll actually even have you cut across to here. Nope. We'll grab that. Oh, that teardrop station there at purple and red's kind of annoying. I kind of want green to come back to meet up here. Yeah, I think this feels alright. I have a bunch of loops. Oh, that's annoying. You got him. There we go. And everything's looped. Yeah, we're doing okay. There's a lot more lines alongside each other, like the green, purple, blue one here and the green, red, purple one here. I feel like that's waiting for someone to get a lot of crossings to happen, but it should be off time enough that it shouldn't screw me up. Then again, I have an extra bridge still. That's neat. Wasn't expecting that. That helps. Buries up the blue line. Seeing a trouble spot on the red line developing. We'll wait to see who really needs the interchange. Yeah, right there. Problem with loops, every loop would need 2 bridges to get across an area rather than just the one. Kind of why I wanted the blue line for this dedicated to this side, that way purple wasn't being overtaxed. no, we're in trouble. No, I want the train. The train. God damn it. Yeah. Trying to grab the train, I kept grabbing the track. Misclicks. My bad. Maybe avoid loops with this map. Getting the feeling that's not paying off for me. Suppose it depends. Some loops are very helpful for connecting multiple lines altogether, but it's very fortunate. We're having circles, triangle, circle, square, triangle, circle, so we're having a nice variety on the lines. One thing I don't want is to have the same type of station too many times on the same line. Like circle, 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 or triangle, triangle, triangle. That's a bad thing because it means that the trains just aren't delivering people as often. Because they're basically just doing pickup rather than dropping off, and the trains get filled up too soon. Now I gotta think about making sure that they're all, like, each line has the same number of stations, because when one station gets way too many more than the others, it gets overwhelmed. So. Like, that red loop makes sense to me because it keeps it at 3 and it forces the load to go to a different line. Oh yeah, remember, I can pause whenever I want. I'm always used to not pausing. Oops, too many. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It's just making connections to make connections isn't helping me. Can't do that. You're right. Crud. Orange line's overloaded. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So many circle lines over here. There we go. This game is so unappealing to me. I would just fall asleep playing it. It's the little stresses of the watching, seeing things get worse and worse, and I'm trying to put out fires. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no. One would think I would be the same way. Like, it's hypnotic. Yeah. Sometimes that happens to me. Like, I'll be sitting here, I'll be like, oh yeah, everything's going great. And it's like, no, it isn't. Pay attention. Like, oh no, it's getting worse. Not a carriage. No, not that way, the other way. The other way. Not that way, the other way. God. Well, that helped. Ah! Reminds me almost like of, what is it? SimCity. In that way, that sort of moments of lots of chill, and then moments of, oh crap, what do I do? I can fix it, I can fix it. Although I keep forgetting I can just pause the action and move stuff around. I keep trying to move it while it's live. Oh, I don't like this setup at all. Not at all. Um... That's annoying. That's very annoying. Well. There. That helps, actually. Thank you. There we go. Stop helping now. Now the red line needs to be exposed, expanded a bit. If any of these circles could turn into something else, that'd be awesome. Yeah, a circle there is okay, yeah. Gives variety to the red line. Everyone wants to go to the square station. Everybody. A lot of changes happening all at the same time. That's so annoying. Stop that. Stop that. Oh. Nope, sorry, stop. I want them crossing, I want them going opposite directions. No, damn it. Fine, whatever. Thank you. Yeah, got it. Not entirely sure where to put another locomotive or carriage. We're kind of okay. You need... Wait. Yeah, I was like, that's not a problem. That's actually going to be fixed, like, immediately. It's odd to have a locomotive surplus. I want to put them somewhere, but I don't want to put them somewhere where they're not useful. Ooh, that's annoying. That is supremely annoying. Stop, 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 stop. Just release some of the pressure off the purple line. There we go. We're okay. Pardon me. Oh, this is a loop. Oops. The red line needs to change drastically. There we go. Wait, that doesn't work. I was dumb. Why did I do that? I'm always messing with the green line. Ah, no. Computer. Oh, this pause menu helped me so much. I'm so screwed. I don't know if I'm gonna take this. Yeah. It's only so long that trick works. Shoot. Oh well. Oh well. Whoa! I went way over time. Whoops. Anyway, that'll be all for now. Really got wrapped up in that. Yeah, that'll be it. But that'll be all for now. Go into a standby mode. We have some music in the background. There we go. So what we're gonna do is we're going to raid somebody. Who we're gonna raid, I don't know. But yes, no. I'll take this opportunity to thank you very much for touring with me here in the Electric Metropolis video game tour. We achieved a victory over the game that is known as Mochi Mochi. Played a bit of Mini Metro, so everything's great and fine. What are we gonna be playing tomorrow on the Friday? Well, not sure yet. It'll be some other PC game. I'm not sure yet. I have quite a few that I got recently, and I'm gonna start testing them, see which one I'm gonna try next. Some point-and-click adventure, some space adventure. So there's a lot to look forward to. We will eventually get back to PS4 gaming next week, but for now, tomorrow, we'll be playing something else on the PC. So yeah, that's the plan, and of course, thanks again, Bucket Jim. Thanks again to all the various viewers out there, all the VOD, all the lurkers, all those who watch in the YouTube archives. Thank you again. I hope to see you all again tomorrow in the future. And if you enjoyed, be sure to follow or subscribe if you already haven't. And tell your friends if you already have. Otherwise, thank you for the views because everything helps. You have no idea. Anyway, who are we going to raid? Who are we going to raid? I don't bloody well know. I don't know what to do. We are going to... Oh. Well. We should say hello to Roberto William, Sir Gamervention, who is currently playing Phantasmagoria, I think. Is he really? No way. Sorry, there's a few people I'm following, and I'm like, who should I raid? Who should I pop my head in and say boo at? And that's a little on the nose, but you know. Let's see if they're actually still streaming, if they're at the tail end before we run away. Yeah. We're gonna say hello to Sir Gamervention. So we're gonna say hello to. He's in the middle of it. Waha. First one too at that, so yeah. Sir Gamervention. That's the plan. Alright, I'll see you all there. You don't have to do anything, just hang on for the ride, and don't worry, Phantasmagoria is big spooky, big scary, big gory, but hey, it's all in good fun. And yeah. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll actually see you over there, but hope to see you all again tomorrow. Bye.